What's going on, everybody? It's Joel here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Midas Revenge Barbell from FringeSport. This just came out. They sent it to me for review. I've been using it for maybe about a week now. I think I got it in maybe last week or so. And so I've been tossing it around a little bit. And I have just like one major complaint with this barbell, and that's that it doesn't spin very well at all. It's actually pretty bad. I loaded it up the first day that I got it with oil because the sleeves, they barely moved. They were like creaking. I mean, it just wasn't good. It wasn't what I would expect from something that they're gonna bill as a multi-use barbell, or like the best multi-use barbell in their terms. So one of my sleeves has broken in a little bit more, and it spins a little bit better than the other one. It's this one right here. Let me see if I can kind of rotate the sleeve without the shaft moving. Nope. If I sit there and I spin it, I can get like maybe about a turn and a half out of that one. This one is not even going a full turn. This one is really, really bad. And this is after I loaded it up with 3-in-1 oil. I haven't taken them apart yet, but today, that's what we're gonna do. But otherwise, I mean, just let's talk about the barbell in general. So it has all of your typical specifications for a multi-use barbell, what you would consider a multi-use barbell. It's got a 28.5 diameter millimeter shaft, which is what you would expect from just like any other multi-use barbell, like an Ohio bar's 28.5, typical like CrossFit bar diameter. The tensile strength on this is 190K PSI tensile strength. That's pretty typical from a standard barbell nowadays. Should resist bending or breaking under just like normal usage. And then the whip on this is, it's almost non-existent. It's pretty stiff. There's a little bit of whip. It's a 28.5 millimeter barbell, so there's gonna be a little bit of whip. But overall, this barbell leans a little bit more towards the power bar side. The knurling on this is a volcano cut knurling. It's, I would say, a medium depth, like a hard medium depth knurling. I don't hate it. I don't love it either, but it's not terrible. It's definitely not power bar aggressive if that's something that you were afraid of or something that you were looking for. And it's also not light either. I would say that this is probably a deeper cut than Rogue's Ohio knurling, which is probably the best marker for like just knurling in general, because most people have just used that bar. This is definitely more aggressive than an Ohio bar's cut. It doesn't tear up your hands or anything because of the coating that's on the shaft, which is a ceramic coating. I don't know if it's actual Cerakote. I'm just gonna say it's ceramic. And that ceramic coat it's a little bit on the matte side, which I do like. It takes the edge off the knurling, and it doesn't like slip around when it's on your collarbone or anything like that. There's obviously no center knurling here, which I don't know, that might be a hit or miss depending on how you wanted to look at this bar, which is kind of the weird classification, because they want to build this as a general use barbell, but it's more like a power bar. So I'd expect it to have maybe like a really, really light cut of knurling, maybe like the Matt Chan bar or something like that, but there's no center knurling at all on this. In the sleeves, there's gonna be 2 bushings. The self-lubricating bushings, according to the website, I had expected them to get better over time, and they just haven't. The bar just doesn't spin very well at all. And the sleeve coating is a gold titanium. I want to say that it's probably some kind of fancy chrome or zinc coating. It's not indestructible. It has for sure scratched already, and that's just from putting just bumper plates on and change plates. And keep in mind, I'm not using any metal plates, nothing without a ring. So everything that I'm putting on this bar has some kind of center hub or center ring, so it should protect the sleeves. And they have scratched a little bit in the week. This one's a pretty major scratch. You can see the silver under it on that one. And those Sleeves are held on by snap rings. So I have my snap ring pliers. We're gonna pop this thing open and we're going to hopefully get this thing spinning, or take a look and see why it's not really spinning all that much. Okay, so first off, we're just gonna test the actual like spin of each sleeve. So I have the barbell loaded up with 225. This is the sleeve that doesn't rotate all that great. So I put a little marker here so that you can look at where the sleeve is, and I put tape on the bumper plates right there so you can see where they are. Because if I spin it, you'll see that the sleeve will eventually get stuck and the tape will start outpacing the sleeve. I don't know if that, I mean, that's just not gonna stick that great. So let me see if I can show you here. So both of them there, and I'll spin the plates on top of the sleeve, and you can see there that, I mean, I don't even have to do it that many times. You can see that the sleeve just stops and then the plates keep on rotating on top of the sleeve. That's not a good thing. Okay, so I don't really like the sleeve spin method. I don't think that's a good, accurate measure on how to test like real life spin. I like to put weight on the bar and then I'll roll it on some pins or some safeties and see if the shaft carries the sleeves along with it when you rotate it, and it is. So this more accurately represents like pulling under the bar. So that's not a good thing. Okay, so for example, here is a Rogue Ohio bar that spins really, really well. The plates keep on taking the sleeve with it. It's not outpacing it at all, or the shaft rotates freely within the sleeve, which is what you want. And I'm doing the same motion, just pushing it back and forth as I did with the Midas Revenge. Okay, so the bar is all loaded up right here, and I've got my tools, snap ring pliers, then I've got my DuPont multi-use performance lubricant with Teflon. Some people use 3-in-1. I mean, when I'm in a pinch, I'll just use 3-in-1. This is what I really like to use. Some people use bike chain oil, like Rogue uses Tri-Flow. I think that this is like the best one without leaving a huge mess. White lithium grease is probably the best one, honestly, for like long term. But like, we want that bar to spin. Here is the barbell. I've got one glove on, and then I've got my snap grip pliers in the other one, and I'm going to get that first snap ring out. I like to wear a glove just because these things fly out sometimes. And make sure that you wear safety glasses, which I don't have on right now. So there's the cap right there. And then we have another snap ring in there. So make sure that you line everything up so you know the order in which it goes back. So let's get this next snap ring. Here's number 2. So there's another one. So sometimes there's a half moon washer, or there are half moon washers in there, but they're embedded under a couple snap rings. So here's the third snap ring, number 3. This is pretty painless. These pliers are actually really good. These are from Channel Lock. Usually snap ring pliers are crap. So from here, let's get those half moon washers out. So we're gonna slide the sleeve back a little bit. Usually these things want to fall right out. So they're greased up. They're greased up a lot. And then we have a bushing right here. So there's that one. And then I think that's pretty much it. And from there, oh, ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 man. Would you look at this sleeve? Okay, I'm gonna zoom in on this sleeve because this is not what you want from a new barbell. You see that? I mean, I gotta show it. I mean, this is crazy. Like, this is not what a new barbell should look like. This is rusted like crazy. It's just, I mean, it's a layer of rust in here. This is crazy. And then whatever lube I put in there, that 3-in-1, like it barely made it in. Okay, so we discovered there's a layer of rust in the sleeve. Now we're gonna take our 360 barbell brush and try to get this rust off. And make sure that you guys wear like a mask or something, because you don't want to be breathing that crap in. So at least the rust is coming off. This is just the brush itself. I'm not using anything. Could use some 3-in-1 oil, but see what I can do with just the brush itself. This bar is not completely coated, which is why the ends are rusted like that. Hopefully the other side's not as bad as this. This is really bad. The thing is that there's absolutely no lubricant here. Like there's nothing. No shipping grease, no lubricant, nothing. And that's the reason why it rusted so bad. Oh man, I wish I did a before and after picture with this brush. I mean, look at that. Pretty much there's some oxidation for sure, but all that surface rust it's all gone now. Now, clean the contact points here. Clean all of this off. Typically, you would want to clean out as much of whatever lubricant was in there before, because it's usually sticky and gross and disgusting. But there's like no lubricant at all, so it doesn't really matter all that much. So here it is now, clean, no rust. Okay, so it's time to lube it up. I actually wiped it down with some oil or with some of this lubricant so that the sleeve was coated. And I did that with just by spraying this on a rag. And then I just coated this over so that it has some oil on it, or some kind of lubricant or rust protection. Added rust protection. And then from here, now I'm gonna get the sleeve where the bushings would go. Just a little bit. Don't need a lot of this stuff, just a little bit. And then here comes the sleeve, which I already inserted the first bushing into. So the first bushing is back in there. And then we take our half moon washers, put them in there as well. And then slide the sleeve so it's on top, so the half moon washers don't fall out. And then we have our snap ring here. Let's get that loaded up in here. And then let's check the spin for now. Spins decently better. I'd say that's a lot better than where we were. Snap ring, number dose. And this one sits a lot further away from that inner snap ring. This one doesn't go in very far at all. Then we have our end cap Midas Revenge. We're gonna put that right there, kind of just sits there. And then we have the last snap ring, which holds the end cap in. That's it. Got it. Okay. All reassembled. But this side is just as bad. Spray this side of the sleeve here. And get a lot of lube in there. Circle it around, pushing in, and let's replace that sleeve. Bushings in there. Half moon washers. We slide the bar on. Here's one. Yeah, that was so much easier on the other side. Check the spin here. Oh yeah, baby. This side goes. Let's try that again. And cap is there. Last snap ring is in. Okay. See the spin here. Better, still not amazing, but just way, 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 way better. Okay, so here is the moment of truth. Oh yeah, baby. Now that shaft is spinning, still catches a little bit, but man, it's way better. I mean, there's a little bit of friction still, but oh, that's way better. Like, that is, I mean, it's night and day now. So we'll spin these. They'll probably go forever. Doesn't look like the plates are outpacing the shaft or the sleeve, maybe a little bit, but there's no collars on either. So let's check out this side. This side is still spinning better. But overall, man, that's a night and day difference. So that is what was wrong with my Midas Revenge bar. Otherwise, I really like this bar. I think it's really, really, really cool. I mean, it looks awesome. Gold sleeves, matte black. I wish this was a little bit more matte black shaft. The knurling, medium depth, should be good for most people. I think it's comfortable. I think it's well cut. Dual powerlifting and weightlifting marking. So 28.5 millimeter shaft. I think it could have a little bit more whip. It's kind of stiff as it is, but I was even still able to use this for some Olympic weightlifting. I did some singles. I probably wouldn't have done a lot of barbell cycling with the spin the way that it was, but now the spin the way that it is, I'm gonna hit some hang power cleans and I'm not gonna worry about this thing catching or being slow or anything. But otherwise, now, if they go inside of all the barbells that they have and check them and make sure that they're not all rusted up, there's some kind of lubricant in them. I think for $329, the Midas Revenge bar would be a pretty good pickup. But I mean, it's up to you if you want to order one and then, you know, check inside the sleeves and see if they're all rusted up, or you just want to wait until Fringe releases like the next batch of them and they just don't have rust in them. I'm sure the shipping delay, you know, the whole shipping container delay is what's making or what's exacerbating the problem, because they're probably just sitting there in shipping containers in the ocean on boats, just, you know, drying out. The air is, you know, wreaking havoc on these, and that's, you know, it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that it is right now. But that was the problem with mine. I mean, this is way better. This is way better. So now I can consider this to be an all-around barbell. So I'll leave a link in the description so that you can go and pick up your own Midas Revenge barbell. I do think it's a pretty decent barbell. $329 shipped is a pretty good price for a cool looking barbell like this. Just know that you might have to do a little bit of maintenance early on. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and make sure that you subscribe to my channel for all of the latest reviews.